All right, guys, I'm back again. All right, with another talk with you all. Listen, I just was thinking like some people's perception of you will never change, but it's okay because as long as you know that you've changed and you're not the person that some people look at you as, it's gonna be okay. Their perception of you does not matter. What matters is what you think of you. What do you think of yourself? Type in the comments and let me know, what is it that you think of you? Their perceptions may be, have you ever been, you've heard somebody say, I just don't like her, or I just don't like him. It's something about him. Some people just already have that perception of you or of a person that they just don't like that person for some reason, and it's just gonna be there. Maybe it wasn't meant for them to like them. So no matter what you do to try to get them to see you differently, they don't tend to think about you in that way. Like no matter what you do, they still have that first, because they say first impressions are lasting, and that first impression for them was something different, and it lasted in their mind. But like I told you guys, it's really not your business to try to change what they think of you. It's not even your business, because listen, if they didn't accept you the way that you are and see you as the person that you truly are, it's no way of changing it, and it's not your problem. It's meant for you to be who you are wanting to be. Who did you set yourself out to be? What did you set yourself out to be? Okay? So many of us, we step out in a room and people love you. They can tend to just love you at first sight. Like, oh my God, it's something about this person. And then they may see something like one little thing that you do wrong and change their whole perspective of how you are, because they judge you off of what one thing happened. Like off of one little thing, they begin to judge you, because it's, some of you guys is because of the skin color, or because of your voice, because you're too loud, or it could be for like, you're just not the person that they thought they were gonna see, or maybe they heard of you and then they're like, no, this ain't the one. Like, even in relationships, it's like, you can meet a person and you can love everything about them, but you begin to know them for who they are, and you don't like them. I mean, it's simply that. And that thing just tends to stand in your mind, like, I don't like this person because of that. And that's that one pet peeve that sets you off to not like that person. But it's not them. Like, it's not really them. Because I look at it like this, when we get in relationships, we see that person for who they are. That first impression may be good. And then we see that person for who they are, that's just who they are. They're letting you know who they are, who they really, truly are. You want to see the true person. So once you see that true person, there's really nothing they can do to change your perspective of how they are, because now you know them for who they truly are. Okay. But what happens when a person sees you or sees a person and they don't, it's not even really who you truly are. It's just something that really happened. Like, say for instance, let me think of a circumstance. Oh, okay. So maybe they meet you and they love everything about you, right? And they fall in love, and then they meet your family and they're like, oh my God, their family is totally different from what this person truly is. They're not the same as their family. Like, I can't deal with this. And so they tend to, judge you off of your family, because of you're not the family is not like you. It's not like what they thought. It's really not your problem, because at that point, when you're actually marrying into a relationship, or you come in with someone and they meet your family, hey, you know what? When you marry that person, or you tend to be in a relationship, it's not y'all in the family being in a relationship at that point. Or when you guys get married, a man marries a wife and he finds a good thing, but then he goes off and he starts his own family. It's not about that part of the family. It's like, listen, this is me. This is who I am, I'm not them, And so it's just really not me for you to try to change that. You can't change your family. Like I said, you can't change. You really can't change people. You can't change. Sometimes you can't even change the perspective of the people that saw you like that, or see that in your visualization. Like, if they visualize you as your family after the fact that they met you and they loved everything about you, you can't change their mind. Some people's mindset becomes embedded on what they start to think, what's being placed in their mind about you. There's nothing you can do to change that, though. all you can do is be you. Like, always be you at the end of the day. Be yourself, and don't try to rely on trying to make somebody else see you for that. Like, if they can't see it, sometimes it's just not meant for them to see. They're not meant to be around you, obviously. And listen, sometimes even our own family can't even see that we've grown up or we're different now. It's just, y'all know how it is. They remember you as that young person that was just wilding out, going out all the time, doing the things that they didn't want you to do. And they can see you as that and can't see you differently. And then you changed your life, you become grown, or you're older now and you've changed and things have changed. Sometimes you really can't change what they think of you because they still see you as that young person. And even like, siblings, they can still see you as that young child. You're the child, you're the baby of the family. I can't see you any other way, so I have to treat you this way. So they may never treat you right. But I look at life levels, like there's levels to life. So when you're young, you do differently, and then when you get older, you do differently. Then decades later, it's something different. You're different. I feel like you have different different lives in one life. Like I really feel that way. Like you can be, in the dating scene, and you probably, out there dating all kinds of people, just to see who you want to choose. Some people might look at you, oh, that's just a hoe, or this person is just out here for everybody. But that's at that point, you're living your life to make sure you choose the right partner for yourself, right? But somebody else on the outside looking in may see that you're out here being a hoe. Like, that's what they see. But you can't change what they see because that's what they saw and that's what they thought. That's their mindset. But you know what you was thinking, right? You knew what you was doing. So in the next decade, you may, the next 10 years, you may just be like, okay, well, I'm ready to settle down. And you find that person, but all of those people that saw you on the outside that thought you was outside being a hoe, they gonna think that you are a hoe. Like, you can't, I wouldn't marry this person if I was you. I wouldn't be with that person because everybody changes. Everybody changes, and sometimes it's hard for us to see that, especially if we went through something with it. Let's just say you were with a person who mistreated you and did you wrong. They cheated on you and you just was like, I'll never talk to this person again. I'm done with them. I'm done with all of this. But then you see them years later and they with someone and they're actually being faithful. They've changed. This person may have not been, they're not the same person as they were 10 years ago. They've changed. But in your mind, you're still thinking of them as that person that cheated on you or didn't do you right. So now it's like, how do we change that perspective? Like, we don't have to deal with it, right? We don't have to deal with it, but it's still there. Like, it's still in your mindset. So now it's your perspective to change that. Not everybody's going to be like that person, or maybe you'll meet somebody who used to be like that and now you can change. Like, you see that person has changed, so now maybe there is a chance for you and that person who used to be like that too. Like, it's just, now we have to look at it differently, right? It just changes the whole mindset because now we have to change. So I think that we all should take out the time to realize that everybody has a way of changing, whether it's good or bad, and our perspective of them, maybe we should give them the benefit of the doubt, especially after years. Hopefully they have changed and things have changed for them. And so, like, some people may say, you crazy to go back with this person because they cheated on you 10 years ago. They'll do it again. Maybe they changed. I was watching, is it Shy? I think it was Shy. So remember the guy who his wife wanted an open relationship. And he was like, okay, he was cool with it at first, then he changed his mind, and then he wanted to be with his wife, and she decided to leave and be with somebody else so they could be in an open relationship and all that stuff. But he was also a hoe before that. Like, he was really out there in them streets, right? He was out there for the streets. But now he's with another woman, and he's actually not gonna cheat on this woman. So his wife, after they actually finna get a divorce, I think they're divorced, or I think they are divorced now. Y'all leave in the comments if they're divorced. I'm not sure. Y'all should know who I'm talking. If you watch Shy, you should know what I'm talking about. But she goes over while the other girl is not there, and she tries to turn him on. She's like, I'm gonna see if he gonna cheat on me. Like, I really want my husband back. I want him back now. But no, you want for him at first. You want to be for everybody. But she goes over there and he decides to turn her down. He was like, I'm a different person. I've changed. She was like, well, you wouldn't like that with me. Well, I'm different now. Like, you have to realize, like, people do change. People will change, and it's a good thing. So I think, like, in my mindset, like, it gives me the thought to think, like, maybe I should not look at people as they're the same, because everybody can change. Anybody can change at any given time. And that's the same thing. Like, I remember when I was, out in the streets, like, doing my thizzle, y'all. I was out there in the streets, like, for real. I was gimme girl, like, for real. Y'all know how it is. But I remember when I changed my life and I had that come to Jesus moment, and I was like, people can change overnight. It's true. It's really true. People can change overnight. But that doesn't mean they won't go back sometimes, because we slip and fall sometimes. Y'all know that. We say we gonna change, and then we be like, dang, I kind of missed that, But, I think at the end of the day, people grow up and they get older and they will change. I think people can change in age. I do believe that. So I think it's important for us to change our perspective of people's mindset, or maybe somebody did you wrong or dirty, period. Like your best friend or something may have did you dirty, whatever, Maybe that best friend wants to come back and be in your life or want to be cool with you again. They could change, or maybe they couldn't. Maybe, and then it's really not it's not even it's not your problem if you don't want to change it. If you don't want to allow that person back in your life. Maybe you just said, no, I can't change my perspective. I can't give them the benefit of the doubt because I already know. Because sometimes our intuition will actually tell us, like, this person ain't really changed. They just playing games. But, it's just life. It's life. So I guess what I'm trying to say is everybody's perspective is different. Everybody can change. Sometimes people won't change. And our perspective of it, and their perspective of us, is what they think. It's like what's in their mindset. So they probably won't ever change their perspective of it. Or maybe they will give that person the benefit of the doubt and say, you know what, let me give them another chance. But like, you have to learn how to forgive yourself, even if they don't see you different, or forgive that person to say, you know what, I really can't, they really can't change. They really can't see themselves, back in your life or back to what y'all were doing before. And I just feel like it's just it's our choice to say, well, you know what, maybe they're not going to change their perspective of me. Maybe I have to move on to a new set of people or a new set of friends and just let that go. And it's not their problem. It's not your problem. It's nobody to blame. It's just that, like I said, some people can't change their perspective of you. They can't change their mind. Or some people just can't do it. It's not even our problem anymore. What's that song? It was somebody on YouTube, I think, or TikTok. It says if somebody don't like you, that is their business. It's not even your business. If they don't like you, you can't make them like you, because it's just not that. You can't make somebody like you. And some people, you can't even make them dislike you. They just love you so much. Like those people that you dated and they can't get their mind off you. You can't make them change how they love you or still want to be with you. Even though, you may not want to be with them. We can't change that. We can just move forward, and hopefully they'll forget and just keep going. It's life. And sometimes, like I said, our perspective of different people sometimes never change. So that's all I'm going to say. I hope I made a point, and I hope I made it clearly, because sometimes at this point I kind of feel like I was going around in a circle, but hopefully I made some sense out of this situation. So make sure you type in the comments whether this, kind of helped you out a little bit, or whatever it did for you. Let me know in the comments. I look forward to reading you guys' comments. I say compliments. Compliments too, girl. Compliments too, homeboy. But I look forward to reading you guys' comments, and I will be commenting back to see what you guys think and let you guys know how I feel about what you said. So make sure you drop a comment, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. And of course, if you would like to reach out to me, everything you need to know is in the description bar below. Okay, she got bars. She got bars. All right, peace, love, and light. I love you guys so much. Be blessed. For a good surprise, you get buy one, get one free off on readings. That's right. That you get one reading and then you get the other for the next month. I look forward to hearing from you guys. All you have to do is send Cashapp $DivaTV or $TarotDiva and put your phone number in the for section. I look forward to talking to you guys. Hey, boo, hey.